Welcome to an exclusive preview into the athletic programs at Olathe's 4 high schools. You'll hear from coaches at North, South, East, and Northwest as they discuss their prospects for the upcoming season. And you'll meet some of their featured players. This is Coach Report. Both programs at Olathe East experienced great success on the courts last year, and both coaches are looking forward to fresh faces on their rosters this year. The Lady Hawks reached lofty heights in the 2010-11 season, winning the most games in school history with 20 victories. The team went 9-2 in the Sunflower League and enjoyed a 15-game winning streak before losing in the state semifinals. Ending the season at 20-5, the East girls will be looking for new leadership on the court, having lost 2 key contributors from last year. We're here with the coach of the Lady Hawks, Clint Evans. Coach Evans, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, you're coming off of a very impressive year last year. You've lost a couple of your leaders. However, looks like you're going to have a very competitive team this year. Can you tell us about them?
Yeah, I think as opposed to last year, we kind of knew who was going to be where, and now we have, 5, 6, 7 kids that every day in practice are going to have to battle each other to get on the court. So that really excites me because I know that's going to pick up the level of practice, and I'm okay with starting the season trying to find the right balance, who should be where, who provides what, to get us in the right spot when it comes tournament time.
So despite losing a couple of seniors who you counted on last year, you think of this as a veteran team for the most part. Can you tell how that is exemplified on the court?
Yeah, we have, you have the Kylie Gaffords and the Lisa Palmers back who, were juniors last year. They're expected to be our leaders, so they're seniors this year. They really got to see how it should be done through Sanika Shields and Katie Hannum. So I think they're in place to do the same things as our leaders did last year, and that's perfect with the younger kids battling for those spots, being able to look up at the older kids and say, this is how we're supposed to do things. This is what coach expects. And I tell my leaders all the time that, players get sick of hearing the same thing from me day in and day out. It means something different when one of your teammates turns around and tells you to pick it up or take care of the ball or get it going with what we're doing. So I really think we have a couple, 3 kids that are going to be able to do that for us.
It sounds like you are pretty excited about some of your players this year. Who should we be looking out for?
Well, I'm real excited. We've got Kylie Gafford back this year. She broke her hand last year, and so she missed the bulk of the season. Got her back for playoff time, which obviously gave us a big push, but we're really excited to have her for an entire season. Deshauna Lee is a girl that came off the bench for us last year, but she's really improved. Will do a lot for us. And then, like we mentioned before, there's Justice Daniels and Amy Wechter and Reagan Stone and Blair Lewis and Audrey Markway. I feel like I'll leave out 3 or 4 more kids that will really compete for the rest of the playing time, and Lindsay Lyman, who will get back, hopefully, knock on wood, from an ACL tear. So all those kids will be battling for playing time.
Well, and then you have one player in particular who we'll be taking a look at. Tell us about her.
Yeah, Elisa Palmer is really a coach's dream. I mean, I really want my point guard to be an extension of myself, and she's been the starting point guard here since her sophomore year. So, I've really been hard on her to be more of a leader, to be more vocal, to get the team in the offensive and defensive sets that we want, and she's really started to do that, and she just works really hard. She's just a real coachable kid. You never have to ask her to play hard, and so she's the one I don't worry about.
For more on Elisa, we bring you this player profile.
Definitely with Coach, he puts an emphasis on hard work, and if you're willing to put the effort in, you're going to be on the court. He's looking for those players who are going to give 100% in practice so that he knows that you're going to give that in games as well.
All right, if AP can recover and get there.
The role I have to play this year is to be a leader. If Coach needs me to do something, I try my best to step up and really do what he asks me to do. They can rely on me, definitely. Hey guys, off the court, I'm really nice to everyone, and on the court, I just turn the switch on, and I just am really aggressive and I'm just kind of like a second person out there. Communication is the #1 thing with the leadership on the court. And as a team as a whole, our goals are always really high. Oh, I'm really excited. It'll be fun.
Even having lost 2 key players to injury last year, the Hawks still tied for first place in the league with a 9-2 record. Finishing 21-4 overall, this year's squad will be looking to fill the gap left by 3 graduations.
And in his 20th year as head coach, Jim Super joins us today. Coach, thank you for joining us on the show.
Thank you for having me. And you say that 20th year like it's something bad.
Well, it is pretty impressive to be the only head boys basketball coach of Olathe East, and you hold that title for all 20 years.
Well, when you're in a place that you feel comfortable and you really like, it's hard to move.
Well, you're coming off an impressive year last year where you tied for first place in the Sunflower League. You've lost a couple of significant starters from last year, but you think you'll still have a balanced team this year.
Yeah, we hope to have a very balanced team. We've got 3 or 4 seniors we're going to rely on, and then we've got a couple of juniors and a sophomore we think are going to be an integral part of our program. So although we lost some people, we're still excited about the possibilities this year. I don't want to say reloading because I think that's an overused term, but we have a lot of guys who have worked very hard as seniors and as underclassmen to play with those seniors, and we're excited about the possibilities.
Well, you're bringing together this group this year, a few different faces. Can you tell us what kind of personality you want this team to have?
I want this team to have the personality of a winner. And I think that winner personality is so very, very important. I think last year's group did a nice job of setting the standard high for this year's group. I expect them to be disciplined. I expect them to work hard at practice. I expect them to handle themselves with great integrity. I expect them to be leaders in the school, and I expect them to play at a high level every time they hit the court, whether at practice or in a game. And that expectation I don't think will ever change here at Olathe East. That's what we want to do. We want to be the best team that we can be.
Certainly a lot of that personality will come down from your upperclassmen. Can you tell us about some of the players this year that your fans should be looking out for?
On that list would be Austin Brown. He was injured last year, had to have his spleen removed, missed the last 5 games of the season, which meant sub-state and the state tournament. And for a kid who's worked so hard, that's a tremendous loss. However, this year we expect great things from him. Matthew Baltimore is a senior this year. He too, unfortunate, got a concussion. We expect that he is going to be an integral part of our team as well. Jonah Jacobson, I think you have to mention him. He's just one of those kids that has gotten better and better every year and continues to improve. Kyle Smith. Kyle's a shooter, skilled athlete, really good competitor, works hard. And sophomore Ezra Talbert. Ezra was injured early last year, and that really precluded him playing more than he did. But at the end of the season, both he and Kyle were on the court. And then, of course, Blaine Miller. He's just a pretty darn complete player, and there are a lot of schools interested in him playing beyond high school.
For more on Blaine, we bring you this player profile.
I'm very excited. Always excited. Like to see big crowds. That motivates our team. Super always is that person that will be like, that was really good. That's what you need to be doing. He's a great coach. He always motivates us. He always lets us know what's going on and what we're doing right.
Good job,
I like to get up and down a lot, run the ball. Most tall guys can't really shoot the ball from the outside, but I enjoy doing that. Everyone on our team can shoot. Everyone's dangerous from any point on the floor. There's no one that cannot shoot outside. There's no one that can't drive the ball. Everyone's an all-around player. We got a lot of height. We got a lot of arm span. The whole entire team hangs out outside of school. We're really good friends. So expect to see a lot of teamwork, helping people up, passing the ball around, a lot of unselfish play.